Hello guys, here we can discussing about the selection sorting, but previously we can discussing about the bubble sort, but we can doesn't discussing about the complexity performance of the bubble sort. So we can discuss that the complexity of the bubble sort. Here you can see the worst case complexity of the bubble sort is O(n) square because of the two loops available, and the best case complexity is of on on because of the one loop, and the average case complexity is on square because when we calculate the average cost complexity, so that the average cost complexity is equals to the o into n, o of n into n plus 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is negative, so that it will be calculated into the o of n square, and the worst case complexity is o1 because of the auxiliaries array. So let's we start the selection sorting. Selection sorting is improves the bubble sort sorting, uh, which the sorting which will be done by the bubble sort, it will be more and more improved by the selection sorting. In selection sorting we can select the array, we can select not array, we can select the minimum element uh, after traversal into the array. Like we can taking the 9 size of array. So in 9 size of array, firstly we can traversal, so that we can taking a minimum element 91, which is maximally 91 we can taking firstly, and then after that and then second loop is also of the traversal we can start, and then we can select the 7. So after that we can select the small and first a small and largest element, and then we can swap each other. So this same process and same approach is applied into this arrays and this indexes. So this is that's all the selection sorting. So here's we can also easily uh, understand by the code of the selection sorting into the VS code. So let's we start the VS code. uh, so I can switch on to the VS code, and then we can start the code or the VS code. So here we start the code of the selection sorting. Firstly, we can take the array, which is not the same example of the book. We can take the random example. Comma 1 2 comma 3 2 comma 5 comma 1 7 1 comma 110. This is the random example we can take, and then we can create the method. In Java we can say the method, not a function. In C++ and C you can say the method. You can say the function, you not say the method in C and C++, but in Java you can say the method. So I can say the method because we can write the Java code, not the C++ and code, C code and C++ code. So we can write the for loop, which is from 0 to array dot 0 to n minus 2. Here's the n is array dot length, and then we can take the I plus plus increment of the I plus plus by 1. We can increment the I by 1, and then we can take the minimum is equals to I, and follow from j is equals to I plus 1, j is less than n minus 1 j plus plus. Then after that we can compare the minimum and j, where the minimum is greater than the j. So we can take the minimum is equals to j, and then we can swap by creating the time variable. Swap the minimum and I by creating the minimum, by creating the time variable. Here the minimum element is stored into temp, and the I element is stored into the minimum array, and then the array, and then the temp value is stored into the I array, I index array. So that's all the code. Firstly we can create the array, which is not the same example of the book. uh, this is the array, and then we can create the method which having the array declaration, and then we can create the n, which is equals to the array dot length. And then after that we can traversal into the array, so that we can traverse from 0 to n minus 2 index, and then we can store this I value into the minimum, and after that we can also second time we can traversal into from that position where the I is end. Then we can start the j from the another position second time into the traversal into the array. So this is the j from I plus 1 to n minus 1, and then we can compare the j and minimum when the minimum is greater than the j, so that the minimum is stored the j value. J is an index and I is also the index. So in the so after that this the process is an approach is complete, so that we can swap the minimum and I values into the array of index of the values into the array by creating the time variable. Firstly, we can create a time variable which stores the minimum index value in time variable, and then we can stores the I index values into the I index array values into the minimum index array, and then the temp values is also stored into the index array. So this is the swapping which we can perform. This is swapping. So please save this code. Firstly we can um, call the selection sorting method, and then we can print the array from 0 to array dot length I plus plus increment, and then we can we can print SIUT, print the array of I, and then we can run also this code. Java selection sorting dot Java selection sorting. So we can see that the array is sorted in increasing order, and please save this code into a VS Code or into the folder. So that's all the video. So thank you all of you for giving our support, and please subscribe and share our video.